Hello Leeds United fans. Well, what did you make of that one? Leeds United winning out, we're going 3-0 win. Obviously beating Millwall 3-0 down there. Yeah, I'm walking around for this one, so apologies if you wanted a static reaction, but I like to walk to get my thoughts out, and buzzing, absolutely buzzing with that. I'll be honest, didn't expect it. Thought Millwall were maybe going to get a couple of goals. Leeds were just fantastic. I thought it's a perfect away performance. Shout out to Sam Byram, because believe it or not, everybody on this channel, I consistently say it, but some of you think I've got agendas. Don't have agendas whatsoever. I'm a fully grown adult. I'm nearly 30 years of age. I don't have agendas against Leeds United players. And I thought Sam Byram was absolutely fantastic today. So credit due to him. No surprises that Shaq made the bench. As I was sort of saying, in my opinion, Daniel Farke doesn't see him as the starting man, or even probably the utility man when Leeds actually go out and get a left back. I think Byram is that guy, and I thought he was excellent today. Start of the game, Jesus Christ, Meslier. He's not it, everyone. He's not it. He's never been it. I think even in this system where he's been asked to have the ball at his feet, he's been asked to distribute under pressure, he's being asked to play the ball centrally. And when you play the ball centrally, you know, there's going to be an expectation of you to really select your passes. And if he's going centrally to Ampadu or Gray, or he's got the option of splitting those centre halves, he's got to be absolutely perfect, because you're going to get the opposition team pressing high, and that's exactly what they were doing to Leeds United in that first 10 minutes. And Millwall were the better team, no doubt about it. But Leeds were able to come through it. And quick shout out to the Millwall fans who embarrassingly, they're so cringy. They literally think that they're this just bastion of hooliganism, and they've got this little corner, haven't they, who go nuts all the time, and it's just the most embarrassing thing. It's like a bunch of 17-year-olds and 58-year-old men who are trying to live off the reputation of being this hooligan firm. Lads, it's not what it is anymore. Football's not like that. You know, just get over it, get a grip, go home, spend time with your family. You know, be happy in other ways. Going down there and screaming "Meow" for 10 hours during a football match, it's not the fit. You look at it, it's so embarrassing. I'm watching it, and genuinely, it's just like the fans in the corner for Millwall who were just goading the Leeds fans. They're not even watching the game. It's so embarrassing. And you saw them. These are fully grown males, by the way. Fully grown males who've seen like documentaries of Millwall back in the day. And they continue to sort of live off this weird sort of hooligan hype, and so cringy. But yeah, it was great. It's always great to shut them up, because they're obsessed with Leeds. They're absolutely obsessed with Leeds. You saw them like greeting the Leeds players off the bus, calling them all the names under the sun for playing for Leeds United. Sell out with their biggest capacity of the season. Absolutely no surprises there. It literally is their cup final. So they've lost the cup final, which is absolutely fantastic. And I'll be honest with you, everybody, playing wise, they're shit. They're absolutely shit. All they seem to do is hoof the ball. And I said that on my tweet before the game. It's all about Leeds defending those channels, because they never change. They've always been the same since I've been 11 years of age. Leeds going down there, 9 to 11 years of age, of what I remember from Leeds going out to the Den. It's always the same thing. It's hoofing the ball into the channels. It's hoofing the ball to the front man, and it's set pieces. That's all, and winning your second balls. It's all it's ever been with Millwall. There's never any fluidity. There's never any real intricate style of football. It's always been the same thing. And I just wondered if this Leeds side could stand up to that, and they did. I thought Rodon was superb. As I've mentioned before, Byram was excellent. He was so good. Really, really good. Inverting quite a bit, but it worked. You know, because those central players for Leeds in Archie Gray and Ampadu were the best players on the pitch. Billy Mitchell and whoever else they had in the middle. Has anybody else noticed about Millwall as well? Like, they've all got the same haircut. Short back and stomping. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, no, overall, banter aside, Archie and Archie was just superb again. And I tell you what, Alaya Gruev and Kamara, who I thought might start today, are going to have a real task getting into this Leeds United side because of how good Archie Gray is. I thought he'd be rested, but he was just fantastic. Every tackle, pass percentage high, football intelligence. He's going to go right to the very top, that kid. And before he goes to Man City, undoubtedly, we've got to get the most out of him. But that's not to overplay him to a ridiculous standard. I thought he was brilliant today. More shout outs when Jaden Anthony came on. Thought he looked really dangerous, really good to see. He nearly scored as well, didn't he? And it was great to see him step up for that free kick as well over Gelhardt. It's like, no, you give me the ball. I've done this before, and I rate myself at this level, and I like that a lot. Looked confident, looked tall as well. I thought quite physically imposing. Nonto, fantastic again. The front four, which I predicted, Rutter. Really, really good. What a finish as well. Strong as well. I thought Rutter was today, using his body really, really well. A couple of times where he hit the deck where I thought he didn't need to do that, but that's just, it's youth, that, isn't it? And thinking he's going to get a foul for that. But him, Nonto. I thought Somerville, his final ball today was pretty poor. Although I thought his run centrally, keeping that ball close to him and almost, obviously not, but Messi-esque in terms of how he's able to keep that close control and how he's able to, meander up the pitch through those central spaces and, move Leeds up the pitch. That first goal was just fantastic. Yoel Perot. I think this is what we know about Perot. I think he's a bit sluggish, I'll be honest, in my opinion, in certain phases. I think sometimes, I don't know if you guys agree, but it's like the time he takes to really be able to almost lay the ball off and play the ball quickly. But I think the thing is with him is not only does he drop deep like Harry Kane, and I'm not comparing him directly to Harry Kane, but he's always in the right area, always. And you saw that with Dan James. A nutshell Dan James, by the way, tripping over the ball 3 yards out. Thank God Perot was there. But always in the right place at the right time. He scored 2. The first one was brilliant. Rutter's goal was brilliant, and it could have been 6 or 7. We battered them towards the end. We were hitting them on the counter-attack. It was very different how I thought they'd start and they'd just defend, but you saw them really try and impose themselves on Leeds United, of which I think teams have got to learn this season that if you come at Leeds, we're going to kill them on the counter-attack, and I think that's pretty obvious, and we've seen that so far with Ipswich, obviously, and we've seen that with Millwall. But another big positive for me today was the fact that we had a clean sheet, another clean sheet, 2 on the bounce, and I can take this one. The Sheffield Wednesday one, I was a little bit like, it's a bit of a fraudulent one because they're absolutely terrible going forward. But today, against the Millwall side, who've not started the season badly at all, started the beginning of the day, they were above Leeds United. Got some decent players this season, in my opinion. Zion Fleming, I was surprised he was on the bench. SA as well is a product who a lot of people who watch Championship football are predicting is going to be a top talent this season. Millwall look to have bolstered the ranks, and over the years, quality-wise, they've been able to do that because of their, you've got to give credit to them. They've been finishing higher and higher and higher, for a team who've got a very, very low budget. But Leeds blew them away at points today. As I say, should have been 6-7, and it's brilliant that in this cauldron, which, I'm sorry, but if you consistently, screaming Mill, I'm going to say it, consistently screaming Mill over and over and over again, and discussing Jimmy Savile, I should say, I don't think there was a lot discussed much, but shouting Jimmy Savile, it's not really a cauldron, is it? It's not. I think Leeds will go to much bigger cauldrons this year. It's just all the reputation that Millwall have, don't they, from the 60s and 70s, which they all live on. But listen, everybody, it's great to get one over on them because they're that obsessed with us. It's a cup final for them. Cup final day, they're going to go home, be really upset, which makes it even better. We've got Hull coming up, another team that absolutely despises Leeds, but hopefully this is going to be the sign of a new Leeds United. These teams who just absolutely hate us, we can go there and we can just shut them up with our football. Jaden Anthony, really happy with him. You forget we've still got players to come back as well. I thought just Leeds were really good today. It was a really good away performance. You're not going to dominate everything when you're away from home, especially when you're down there. Unfortunately, I think I'm still very, very concerned about Ilan Mele. I will say Pascal, I thought he had an off game today. But as I say, other people at the back, Roden, Byram in particular, were fantastic and really positive. And I predicted a win. I thought we'd score 3. I thought we might concede a couple, but I said 3-2 Leeds. We managed to grab 3 and it should have been 4, 5, 6. So I'm buzzing on this Sunday. Leeds United have got the win. Can we roll on to Hull, make it 2-2? We've definitely got the arsenal to do it. Will Hull set up a little bit differently against Leeds? That's going to be the question. But let's not worry about that, everybody. Let's bask in the victory. Unfortunately, in football, we don't live in the present enough. We always live in the future or the past. Leeds United have beaten Millwall. Leeds United have battered Millwall, and we've sent them home crying in the cup final. Fantastic. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'll see you in a bit.